What's the creepiest thing anyone has ever said to you? 8 years ago, I was a complete unraveling mess. I'd driven back to the local hardware store to return some spray paint. I'm not going to need this now, I thought sadly. I got my refund. I lingered by a gorgeous pair of pink-bowed patent shoes in a shop window. There was no point in buying them. Back in my car, I sat in the driver's seat, staring through the windscreen into the cold, empty world, wondering how my life had narrowed to this point, what would happen to me, and desperately wishing for a miracle. Suddenly, a shaggy homeless man ambled straight to my window and knocked. I freaked out. This was the last thing I needed. But as I hesitated, his toothless grin appeared, and he said, "Everything's going to be all right. I promise you. Don't you worry." He tapped his dirty finger on the glass for emphasis, still smiling, and walked away, repeating, "Everything's going to be all right. I promise you. Don't you worry." What the F? I stared after him, first through the rearview mirror, then turning to look out the back window. He wandered off casually, disappearing into the streets and shadows, perhaps carrying unearthly wisdom I couldn't comprehend. He had no idea I'd been diagnosed with stage 3 advanced inoperable cancer just 4 days earlier. Years later, I'm still here. I got my miracle, defying all odds and astonishing my medical team. I don't know who he was, but he was right. Everything turned out all right. He promised me.